Start recording.
PN Fantasy Football.
What up? It's your boy.
Alan
What were you
Iverson.
saying, Mark? I want this on tape.
All right,
Can
I
you
was just
repeat what
saying
you were
that.
saying?
I was just saying that Joe and I's matchup is a lot like how all the NFL analysts predicted the 49ers would beat the Browns. Yet somehow
Wow.
I came and got the job done. So
That's a really good analogy.
gotta find a way to
That
win.
is true.
Mark, can you give us some life updates? Aren't you engaged or something?
Yeah, it is true. I'm engaged.
It is true.
Yeah, you have heard correctly. Yeah, we're getting married in April, and we pretty much got all the wedding planning stuff done up to this point. So right now we're just kind of working on figuring out wedding party stuff, just finalizing some small details. But yeah, pretty much everything's covered, and we're excited. So, but yeah, I could share a little bit about Leah because I don't know if anyone's actually met her. I know you two haven't. So
All I know is you dated this girl and then full set.
yeah. So I met her at Awaken naturally, which is my church, and we had been going to the same church for a little while, but we had never met. So we were introduced by one of my friends, and yeah, we just hit it off pretty well, and then started dating like a year ago this month. So yeah, we pretty much knew early on that we wanted to get married, and we are now getting married. So she's from Lancaster. She went to Fairfield Christian Academy. Fun fact about Leah. Actually, I have two fun facts about Leah. So in high school, she played basketball and she scored over 1,000 points. So she was
Holy.
the Caitlin Clark of high school basketball.
That's insane.
That is insane.
Yeah, she was a baller. Still is a baller. And another fun fact about Leah is that she's a nurse, and one time her patient's toe fell off in her hand and she didn't know what to do with it. And so she ran out of the room screaming.
What do you mean?
She basically, this patient had this condition, and
Where
I don't know
toes just
anything.
fall off?
It's called leprosy.
It's called
Apparently.
toes fall off syndrome. Itis. Thank you.
So
what I can't. I don't even understand. Was there blood, or it just fell off like in the movies when your toe gets frozen and people accidentally like pull it off?
I thought about it more
So
like the
I think-
Mr. Potato Head situation where his pieces just fall off.
yeah, just rips it right off. Well, so what I remember, she told me it was like, yeah, his toe was just like black, and it just like fell off. And
Was he African American or was he Caucasian? Because this is important in the description.
That's a fair question.
His toe was
man.
just like black and it
He
just fell off.
So was the
His
rest
name
of his
was
body.
his name was Jaquan, but
Oh man, no, I'm pretty sure he was a white guy.
dang.
Yeah, that's
I
bad.
hope that never happens to me. Either side of the coin. I hope I'm never the one with the toe that fell off or the one that's holding it in my hand.
Yeah. So yeah, she's seen it all as a nurse, and
Where's she working at?
she works at Grant Medical Center here in Columbus.
Ah,
Are
that
you
makes
still at-
sense.
Are you still at Nationwide Children's?
Yeah, so I'm working at Nationwide Children's, working with the behavioral health kids in the psych unit. So, yeah,
You,
that's been quite the ride. What were you gonna ask?
you still interested in fighting the fires, or what are you thinking now?
Yeah, so I'm applying to be a Columbus firefighter in November, and then basically the application process takes about like roughly a year. So there's like a whole bunch of stuff I got to go through and like tests I got to take and these
Wait,
like
what is this
extensive
for?
background checks. Huh?
What is this for?
Firefighting.
Firefighting.
Did
You
you
cut out a little bit, and I thought
no.
all I heard was 5, and I was like, "What?"
Did you chit chat with Jake Panetta?
I did, but he has not texted me back. So.
Seriously? Oh,
Whoa,
Well,
get bodied. Dang.
Well, I texted him. To be fair, I did text him when he was on vacation, and he said, "Hey, I'm on vacation right now. I'll get back to you later." And I was like, "Okay," but he never got back to me. So, but also
Mark.
his wife is about to get pregnant. He's about to give birth. So
his wife is about to get pregnant.
Uh,
How do you know that? That's crazy. Could you imagine if I was just like, yeah, Char's wife's about to get pregnant, so
I hope not. Oh my gosh.
that would be soon, Char.
Mark, you know Zach Shields?
Zach Shields.
Yeah, you can talk to him about firefighting stuff. He's in fire school right now.
Yeah, I think Nick mentioned his name to me at your wedding, actually.
I don't know who Zach Shields is.
He was one of my
really?
groomsmen.
Did Danny maybe?
Maybe you mentioned someone else.
Yeah, I mentioned a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, dude, thank you for life updates. Anything else? Anything big that we're missing?
Well, my current living situation, I'm living with a family from my church, so there's that, and it's been like really interesting because I've never lived with like a married couple other than my parents, so it's definitely been an adjustment, but it's been fun, and they're letting me live here for like reduced rent, so it's been really nice, like leading up to the wedding.
Yeah.
Just like having a place to stay in Columbus.
Where are you guys going to try to live at?
We're gonna live in Grandview. We're gonna just move into her apartment.
Don't do that. You should move to Westerville. Everybody's
I thought you were
here,
gonna
dude.
say. I thought you were just about to just drop all these facts that Grandview is like the worst place to live.
I also thought that.
Grandview sucks, but you should move to Westerville. Think
Yeah,
about it. Everybody's
think about
here.
Maybe we'll consider it. Just for
All
your
right.
sake, dude.
Thank you. That's all I needed to hear. All right, let's jump into reviews and previews from last week. We're gonna get this pulled up.
Before we do, Mark, how do you feel about the way we have portrayed you and your team on this podcast / whatever you call this?
You know, I feel a lot like Geno Smith right now. How they wrote me off, but I didn't write back. So is this the prediction chart?
Yeah, so this was the prediction chart for last week, and there's 2 teams I want to highlight here. The first one being Joe versus Mark and Sam versus KJ. The reason why is Mark pulled the upset, man. We all had no faith in you, but you did it.
Yeah.
I just want to hit on that. Any thoughts on that, Mark?
I mean, it makes sense. Joe's record was much better than mine and probably had the better players overall, but just he had some injuries and some guys underperform. And I think for me, I had some guys that just consistently put up, 10, 15 points. And it just stacked up. But yeah, I feel like the only player that didn't show up for me was Tyler Higbee, and he's been a bum for me all season, so it doesn't surprise me.
You want Kyle Pitts?
Dude, I don't know about that. I think, I don't know if I want that most highly touted tight end prospect out of college.
It's so much fun having him. I think you would like it just as much as I do. Yeah.
It sounds incredible. To have
But
him.
I am surprised I beat Joe though. I think I was not expecting to win this week. But yeah, I think I mainly just won because David Montgomery got hurt and McCaffrey was injured, and then also Puka did not have a good week. So
Puka had a dud week. Man, yeah, Joe took an injury bug last week, like big time. And it really just, I mean, your guys were just consistent. Even if they performed poorly, at least they didn't drop you a dud.
Right.
So
yeah.
When did you
Yeah,
did
I'm
you
happy with my
draft?
team.
Oh no, Shar drafted Zay Flowers, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
When did you draft him, Shar?
I believe I drafted him round 7, maybe.
Zay Flowers. I don't know when
Round
you.
9, round 9.
What about Olave? When did Mark draft Olave or keep Olave?
It was
Mark?
round 6.
Okay.
Round 6.
You think you're gonna keep Zay Flowers for next year?
It's a possibility. I think probably out of all the guys on my team right now, I'd say probably has the best value. But
Yeah.
We'll see how the rest of the season pans out for him.
He hasn't like just gotten so many targets and like
The
so
Ravens
much.
are weird, man.
Yeah, they're so weird. But every time he gets a chance, he just looks so good. I think I really wanted him from Char. I think he is going to be very good for you, and you should definitely keep him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially with, not that OBJ was really a threat because he basically is just washed at this point, but and Rashad Bateman has not really been living up to the hype either. And, Mark Andrews, of course, he's a good target, but he's a tight end. And so I think Zay can really be that wide receiver 1 for them.
I do think they should try to trade for Devontae Adams, though.
Yeah, definitely. Man, the Raiders have been going through it.
Yeah, they have been going through it. The next team that next matchup I did want to talk about is Sam's first win of the season.
Yeah.
Man, this is another case of maybe injury bug as well. I mean, Kyron still dropped a really good fantasy day, but now he's going to be gone for 4 weeks or so. So,
yeah, I just want to point out some highlights for Sam's team. I think just having like Breece Hall back to prime Breece Hall form is huge for him. And then Rhamondre Stevenson scoring his first touchdown of the season was also huge because I think basically a lot of Sam's issues were his running backs just sucked all season long, and they finally were able to get it done.
Yeah, and Jalen Waddle stepped up. Same with CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
Like the guys that should have been performing all year actually did something.
Yeah. I mean, Sam's team is good.
Sam's team's good. Yeah.
They just have not been playing well.
He just picked the duds of the year. So I'm interested to see if Trevor Lawrence plays tonight. That'll be an interesting case here.
Yeah. I don't know how he's going to do coming off that whatever knee injury that was, but yeah, I was a big believer in Trevor Lawrence at the beginning of the season, but now I'm just very skeptical on his performances each week. Just never know how he's actually going to play. So.
There we go. All right. Well, should we do previews for this upcoming week?
Let's do it.
Okay. So first one up, it's me versus Joe. I made a fantasy acquisition this week versus Nick. Mark, what's your thoughts on the trade me and Nick made?
I think.
Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, where you gave Nick a first round pick.
Yeah, I gave Nick a first-round pick, and and something else.
Cooper.
Yeah, and Amari Cooper to get Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting trade. I think you're taking a huge gamble on Devontae Adams, but I like it because I do think he is worth a first rounder. It just sucks that his quarterback situation is not the greatest, and the team is just kind of mediocre. But I mean, he's an incredible player, so I think he'll be fine. But yeah, the past couple weeks have not been great, but he's also been struggling with an injury. So
yeah, I mean, if you look at his history before his injury, I mean, he was going off.
He's just so good. It's gonna be so
He's
sad for
unbelievable.
me to not just be. I mean, I will still root for him, but to not just feel like he's mine.
Mm.
I think he'll be on another team and by this time in a couple weeks. So I
Wow.
don't even think you need to worry about Garoppolo.
That's a bold prediction right there.
Thank you.
very bold prediction.
What do you guys think about me and Joe's matchup? Oh wow, they actually finally ruled out David Montgomery.
Yeah, you guys are kind of in the same boat with. I mean, depending if Zach Moss is gonna continue to be amazing, you're kind of in the same boat with not like Deshaun Watson might not play. Montgomery out? I did not see that he was going to be out.
I think it's just because he was DNP on Wednesday's practice, so they just Yahoo's analytics pulled him out.
But yeah, I'm going to go. I'm not obviously Latavius Murray, and your starting lineup is unfortunate, but I'm gonna go with you, Shar. I think
most likely I will play Jeff Wilson, but I have Latavius in there until they pull Jeff.
Until he shows he's gonna be in. What are you gonna do if Deshaun Watson's out?
I'm gonna put in $37 fab acquisition of Josh Palmer into my super flex slot.
Okay. Yeah. I wanna win in the predictions because I've not so far.
I smoked you guys last week.
You did. I'm gonna take Shar.
It comes down to CMC, I think, on this one. Because Amon-Ra is really good. He has the high ceiling of fantasy production. It's been interesting to watch Puka versus Cooper Kupp. I do think Puka's here to stay, sort of like that. Everyone's saying that Robert Woods role. Devonta Smith, I think, was limited due to a hamstring, but I think he should still be able to play. So it's funny. We both have the Rams wide receivers, the Eagles wide receivers. So it really just comes down to who has the proper fantasy day between those receiving cores. So.
But the two guys who, obviously, if McCaffrey plays, he's one of those guys. But the two guys who could explode for Joe normally, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jared Goff, do much better than they're projected to.
Yeah.
And they're playing against Baltimore, and Baltimore's defense is pretty good, and they don't normally have high-scoring games, do they? I'm pretty sure every game they've played has been not a shootout.
25, 27, 19, 28, 10, 24. So it's been close. It hasn't been a shootout for sure. Yeah.
So I'm going to take Shar.
Mark.
Yeah. I think due to some circumstances with Joe's team, I think I like Cooper Kupp more than Puka. And Christian McCaffrey being a little iffy for Monday night, albeit he does have some extra time to rest.
He does.
I do think Shar has the better wide receiver combo this week, and I think ultimately I think he's gonna win. Now,
yeah,
Deshaun
I honestly think it's closer. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think with Deshaun Watson, I honestly could see him not playing again either. So that could be interesting. But if he does end up playing, I would say Shar for sure.
Yeah, it's a close matchup. I don't think it's as projections show. I think it's a lot closer than that. I will always give myself the edge though, because I am my fantasy team. So yeah, it's gonna be a close matchup.
Cool.
Nick versus
Big old
Moats. Man.
Oh man.
Nick, how you feeling? 1 in 5.
Hey, all right, no need to shout, let it all out. These are the things. I'm gonna take myself. I probably shouldn't. I hope that Aaron Jones and Roshan Johnson plays.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take myself.
Here's the thing that's interesting about this matchup. Moats really has the oddest team.
He has
Daniel
such
Jones,
good running backs.
Yeah, but even then, Barkley has the potential to, if his injury is still lingering, he could be on the snap count. He could get hurt mid-game. He has the potential to drop really low fantasy production. Talk about week 1 dropping 7 points, right? Even last week, 11's not the greatest, especially for the draft capital you pay for him. But Kamara's his safety net. But I mean, Kittle drops like he's literally 3, 4, 12, 1, 26, less than a point. So it's a lot closer than we think. Ken Walker is going to go.
Could you go back to Kittle's thing real fast?
Yep.
Oh, it's a different ad. That ad was fantastic.
Yeah, I saw the ad too.
What was that ad? I didn't even see it.
Try it again. See if it comes back.
Yeah.
No, one more time. We'll give it one more time. Dang.
I'm so interested to see what that is.
54-year-old woman shows off more than she'd like to.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good ad. Next time I'll click on it. Ken Walker could have a 30-point fantasy day.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I'm going to give the edge to Nick.
Oh, come on now.
Jordan Love versus the Broncos. The Broncos are horrible. Ridley could have easily a dud game. I think there is a safety with Cooper, even if PJ Walker plays. Aaron Jones finally back. Again, the Broncos are a horrible defense. I don't know what to think of Roshan. I do believe that Kyle Pitts and Jonnu Smith, both of them are highly targeted in the Atlanta offense. So Kyle Pitts could have a good day. And I think Drake London is included in that too. I'm going to give you the edge if
Thanks, Shar.
Garoppolo plays. But I'll put it down on paper. I got you winning this thing.
Thanks, Shar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take Nick as well because I really like I really like Nick for the upset here.
Guys, you're supposed to take someone other than the people I'm taking, so that way I can get back in the game and competition of predictions.
It's true. Now, this is a very fascinating matchup. I mean, some high score, both of these are really good teams, right? Kelso being first overall, Luke being fourth. Even though Kelso still needs to fill in his Jamar Chase slot, and honestly, let's be real, Luke doesn't need a kicker. I'm gonna have to give this one to Luke. Actually, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm back. I was clicking on Kittle over and over and over again on my computer to see if I could get that ad back, and I could not. So,
Here, let me try it. Dang. Yeah,
Tanger outlets, dude. They want to talk about him.
Dang. Tanger. So
Freaking
here's
sucks.
why I think Luke will win.
Could I see the
I
bench
think
real fast as well? Sorry.
yeah, I think Kirk's matchup versus the 49ers is going to be bad. It's not going to go well for him. But his safety valves are Tyreek Hill and Austin Eckler and DeAndre Swift. I think those three are going to have spike weeks, like absurdly high fantasy production. Don't get me wrong, I like Raheem Mostert. I think his workload might get eaten into a bit, especially with Salvin Ahmed and now Jeff Wilson coming back. I do think there is going to be some production loss with Mostert. I don't believe in Josh Jacobs. I really don't. I've never believed.
I mean, without Jamar Chase this week and without Justin Fields to throw to DJ Moore, those are Kelso's two guys that have just absolutely exploded for him. And so I don't think Kelso's team is that good without those two. DJ Moore still might have a good game. Like I'm not saying he won't, but I just
Nick,
think
I made a bold fantasy prediction. You know how like I made the Adam Thielen one? I made another one with DJ Moore, and I'll send it to you later. But I'm picking Luke to win this matchup.
what is the prediction?
I don't want to reveal it in public yet until.
All right, that's fine.
Can you show me Kelso's bench just to see who you would put in for Chase?
I think I mean,
he cannot be putting OBJ in there.
I think he should probably put he should put Gabe Davis and the wide receiver, and then he should probably start Algier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this could honestly be a good Kenny G day.
I don't know.
I don't think any day is a good Kenny G day. I'm out on Kenny G.
Are we talking about the singer or Kenneth Gainwell?
Oh, that's a great question. That's up to your interpretation.
No, it's always a good day for Kenny G, the singer, but for Kenny Gainwell, it's not a good day.
I'm gonna take Luke. I hope that he starts a kicker.
I'm pretty sure he will. Mark?
Give me Kelso. He's in first for a reason.
Wow.
I think Mostert is still going to be an absolute touchdown machine, and I think Brock Purdy's going to have a bounce back week. I think the Buffalo. Honestly, I think the Buffalo defense is going to put up another 20-pointer against the Patriots because the Patriots are just miserable. And even without Jamar Chase, I still feel like he's probably got just as many guys that could have a big boom week. So I'm going to go with Kelso.
Is it amazing or sad that Luke is now starting 2 tight ends for the second time? Maybe more than the second time, but at least 2 times now.
Yeah, he should sell one of those players.
I've told him that.
I'll take Sam Porta.
I would also take him.
This is the most fun matchup to me because Ben's team is garbage, and Mark, you hit the bye week of the century.
Mark, what happened?
All of my players are on bye.
Explain to us Jordan Mason.
Yeah, you spent 20 fab on him and then dropped him.
Immediately. I mean, at that point, just stick with your guns and hope that CMC is out. Because if CMC is out for this week and Jordan Mason does get the workload, how unfortunate will you feel?
Oh, dude, I'm already devastated. That was an absolute blunder on my part. I mean, I think I saw that he was only projected like 1 point, and I was like, get this guy off my team.
I texted Shar and I said, "Oh,
Oh,
let's see here.
Guys, I got it.
This
I got
is
it.
a different one.
Check out the ad.
This is different, but I
Is
like
it?
it. Eileen Nordegren leaves nothing to imagination at 43. It also kind of looks like 13 on my screen. Oh, don't click on it.
It's okay.
Proof in the pudding.
We have a
Fantastic.
cybersecurity team.
Yeah,
Um,
I got absolutely. I'm getting absolutely bodied by bye weeks this week. Just like
yeah.
both my
You think
quarterbacks are out, and
you
both
think
my
you
running
could
backs
pull
are
out the
out.
win? This is
Dude,
the team to pull
Ben's
out the
team
win
is
against.
horrible.
Ben's team
Yeah.
hasn't topped 70 points in 2 weeks. This might be the matchup of the century. This is literally going to be is a waiver wire team better than a Ben Fabosi team right now. If you win, Ben has to be Sacco.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your team is basically
absolutely.
waiver wire people. Oh my gosh. This is
So-
insane.
My only issue is that oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Paulie Perrette 54. You keep clicking on them. Go back. I want to read the shows off more than she wanted to. Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
I'm gonna get some emails from our cybersecurity team.
First of all, can we just talk about Mac Jones for a second and how
he
he's just
is
been
horrible.
How can they
I mean,
start
look at his
him as a
fantasy
quarterback?
points. He just started off so strong, and then he just has been horrible.
Go back
since.
to Bailey Zappi.
Yeah. I mean, seriously. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. This is the quarter matchup of the decade. Mac
Yeah.
Jones versus Tyler Baguette.
Tyler Baguette.
Oh, it's Tyson Baguette.
Oh, wow. I did not know he was white. I totally assumed that he was black. I'm sorry.
Tyson Chicken Tender Baguette versus Mac Jones.
Dude, no offense, but Tyson Baguette just looks
He's got
like
a bad haircut.
some guy off the street.
Yeah, not a great haircut.
Yeah, he definitely.
Oof.
You know what?
All right.
I think QB matchup wise, you got to give it to Tyson Baguette. Like he looks like just even the fact that he started and produced like I don't know. Actually, it's pretty horrible.
Mark, is there a reason you're gonna start Jameson Williams over KJ Osborne?
So I probably will end up switching that because I think the only reason, oh my gosh, man, the Paulie Perrette ad just keeps popping up.
Yeah, because he clicked on it. That's why.
Sure, are you on a work computer?
Yeah.
No.
Man.
Yeah. Anyways, I think the reason I didn't start him originally is because he's playing the 49ers, but I think he's probably going to get more targets.
Mark, honestly, you should probably pick up Kendrick Bourne and start him.
Yeah, that's a good fantasy advice. I just don't think Jameson Williams is the guy on that team. Like he just got lucky with that one catch last week.
Yeah. I would pick up Kendrick Bourne or maybe Michael Wilson.
Yeah.
I think Michael Wilson and KJ Osborne would maybe be in the same boat though. So
guys, would it be crazy to give Mark the win over Ben here?
I don't think he will win, but I have to go with Mark. And I mean, if a waiver wire team beats Ben, that will be the greatest story of all time.
Yeah. I mean, literally 1, 2, 3, 4 of my players are on, right? Literally picked up off the waivers this week. The rest of them are a bit on my team, but yeah.
My gosh.
Okay.
It would be
I-
crazy if I won. I'm fully expecting to lose this week, even against Ben.
I'm gonna have to give the edge on to Ben here. I really want to give it to Mark, but I think Ben, with just the fact that he has Marquise Brown versus Seattle, I think that game might be a shootout. Pittman versus the Browns is not a good matchup.
No, it is not.
Oh my gosh, this is brutal.
I've
All right,
never been
fine.
more excited.
I'm picking Mark. Nick, you're picking
No.
Mark too, right?
No, Shar, you have to go against me. I need to catch up to you somehow.
Mark, who are you taking?
Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna take myself.
Wow, I'm
Dang it,
excited to
guys.
see
This
how
is
this
the
plays
real,
out.
this is the real tank bowl of this season. So
Sweet Jesus, that is an incredible matchup.
Oh my gosh, KJ's team got wrecked. Yeah, Chiron's out. This matchup is KJ versus Peter.
Yeah, I will say last week I chose against Peter because I wanted him to lose so that way I wouldn't be in last place. But
I'm giving it to Peter, man. Isaiah Pacheco should have an incredible game. Well, first off there, I think Tua is going to have a battle versus Philly. I think Tua's going to go nuclear. Mike Evans back and healthy, takes back his role as wide receiver one versus the Falcons. Relatively soft offense. Soft defense.
what was that ad?
dude, that ad was wild.
What was that? What are these ads?
Well, okay, that one we need to see who the most. Come on, click on that one.
You need to click on that one.
Let's
please.
see who number one is. It's got to be Megan Kelly, right? The people love her.
All right, I'm gonna stop clicking on these ads. I think Jerome Ford could have a good game as well. I think Peter's got some really good matchups this week. So,
Ugh. I'm gonna take KJ. I think it could easily go either way. Yeah, I don't know. I really have no reason. I'm gonna take KJ.
I'm gonna take Pete in this one.
yeah, and I think KJ is going to start Keontae Ingram, who I think is better than Dan Mercado. So,
yeah,
it's not he's just got the injury bug big time.
yeah, he does.
Oh wow, Metcalf.
That's the ad. After the AT&T, she went into a very different career. What? You need to get an ad blocker on your work computer, Shar.
I know, seriously.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think DK's going to play it. TMP Wednesday.
I don't know. I bet he plays.
We'll have to see. I think this was an easier call, but yeah, sorry, KJ. I do think he needs to start Christian Watson though. I think this is the time to start Christian Watson.
Over who? Or do you mean if
I feel like
DK
Christian
doesn't play?
Kirk. I almost would rather start Christian Kirk.
Okay, do you guys think that any Thursday night, Monday night football game has been absurdly horrible?
Yeah, they're not entertaining.
I feel like it's bad luck to play anybody. I feel like it's bad luck to play anybody that has a Thursday night or Monday night game.
Every year they say they're going to try to make the Thursday games more entertaining, and then every year they're just absolute garbage. And then Monday night's supposed to be one of the best games, and they end up just being garbaggio.
Yeah, it is horrible. But maybe that's the point. Like, they're both so good teams that it's just a stalemate, basically. Just not entertaining to watch. But I don't know.
Who did Mark take there?
I rooted for
Oh, I picked Pete.
Yep. Okay. Last matchup here. Sam versus Mulch. I love the fact that Sam was starting over She Rice.
I like him, but I do think Mulch's team is much better, so I'll take Mulch.
Yeah, this is a close matchup, actually.
Although I will say, if Breece Hall didn't have a bye week, I probably would have given the edge to Sam. But yeah, unfortunately,
Isn't there someone else that
he's
he could
starting.
be starting?
Craig
Okay.
Reynolds.
At
Moats,
this point,
I mean, not Moats. Mulch still has a bench spot to pick up.
yeah, Mulch just doesn't care. At this point, would you start Sam Howell over Geno Smith?
That's a great question.
He's not that good.
I'm gonna say,
but on paper, fantasy-wise, he's been phenomenal.
Yeah, I think if you're strictly looking at it from a fantasy standpoint, yes, I would start Sam Howell over Geno.
Wow.
Like Sam Howell much more consistent.
He has really been. And he's
crushed it.
I mean, it based off of paper, not even just based off of box score stats. Like, he looks to be a matchup quarterback, right? Like, his only dud game versus Buffalo. So, yeah, I would probably start Sam Howell, and I think there's I mean, the Commanders are 3-3, so they're still fighting for something.
Yeah.
I think this will be a lot closer than it's supposed to be, especially if he starts Sam Howell, I think. But I'll take Mulch.
Yeah, I'm also gonna pick Mulch.
Gosh, Sam's running backs are brutal this week.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm not picking Sam. I do think Mahomes could just have his nuclear game, though, where I feel like he does every season. He has like one game where he just goes absolutely off. He's due.
Yeah. I think the Chiefs have just, and like, this is what people are saying, like, the Chiefs defense has upgraded, and it has caused Mahomes to not, like, need to go nuclear. Yeah. Not only that, they have a lack of weapons in the wide receiver core, but they just did sign Mecole Hardman, so that's their savior, I guess. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one a Mulch as well. So, any final thoughts for this week in fantasy football?
Probably the most brutal week for bye weeks, but
oh yeah,
I think week 10 is going to be really tough too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think week 10 is going to be pretty brutal.
wait. Oh, dang it, Shar. What was that on? Oh, here it is. Jennifer Gray, 63, leaves nothing to imagination. Proof in pictures. None of these pictures make me want to click on them at all. I'm obviously.
Oh, wait. Here, check out this one's a legitimate ad.
Nut butter. They're not doing well with ads, in my opinion. They need to step up there. I mean, this is Yahoo. I don't know who uses Yahoo these days besides for fantasy football.
Yeah, who knows? Well, guys, thank you for.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
I was gonna say last week you had the Packers and the Steelers on bye weeks, and no one cares about those fantasy assets except for Nick.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there were less fantasy assets, and now this week it's like much more. So it's just like much more. It can be a lot harder.
Yeah, definitely.
To predict what's gonna happen. So that's my final thought.
Yeah, I think. Well, guys, thank you for hopping on this call. Yeah, I'm definitely frozen.
Thank you, Shar.
It's
Thanks,
funny.
Char.
I can still hear you, but I'm frozen. But yeah,
Yeah, we can
Um,
see you, we can hear you, but we see frozen Char.
I
Yep.
see you guys frozen.
And you look
so.
like freaking hot in your frozen stance right now.
Dude, your Jericho financial shirts fit perfectly on you, my friend.
They do.
I mean, I honestly think that's like 70% of the reason you work for them at this point.
It's all
Because of
operational.
how well the shirts fit.
I wanted to put something out there. I'm trying to do what Ben's doing by leaving voicemails. So if I call you, unless I text you beforehand, just send me straight to voicemail. I'm trying to
Oh, yeah.
practice my different voices. So far they're probably not great. I sent Moats a couple, but yeah, I'm hoping to really improve those. Get some Mickey Mouse doing an impression of Saddam Hussein or something going on. So we'll see.
Or you could do
let's
another
see,
Jameis Winston.
The Jameis Winston one was pretty legendary. Yeah.
Hey, man, Jameis Winston, quarterback of the New Orleans Saints.
I've got a few more of Ben, so I'll send a voicemail here in a bit.
Moats, if you're listening to this,
send
which
them
I just
chat.
have to assume you don't listen to these. I
There's
don't
no
know
way
if
he
anyone does. What?
There's no way he does.
I don't think anyone does, to be honest. But Moats, put those in the group chat for us, and so I can get some feedback on how I can improve.
Yeah, hey Nick, leave me some. I'll send it in.
I'll leave you some, Char.
Okay,
All
sweet.
right.
We'll see you guys.
Love you, boys.
All right,
Yeah.
bye.
Peace.
All right. Now that Mark is off, let's get chatting.